right, everybody, today's video is going to be all about living in Kensington. We're going to be vlogging from 19134. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Gregory Martz here, your local real estate expert here. Thanks for coming back to the Living in Philadelphia channel. Put out a lot of epic content, and we also go vlogging into the neighborhoods. Well, today's neighborhood is going to be Kensington. It's a little bit loud out here because we're right below the L. The L is just above. What is it like to live in Kensington? Let's get to it. If you're thinking about buying or selling or moving to the Philadelphia area, or you have a question about Kensington, or maybe you have a question about some other great spots in our city, let us know. Hit up a comment while you're hitting it up. Consider hitting subscribe. All right, so let's get to it here. Because of the high number of drug users in this neighborhood, this area, generally speaking, has 3 times the amount of crime than the rest of the city. This area is also purportedly has the largest open-air narcotics use in the country. Approximately 80% of all the overdose deaths do come out of this area in Philadelphia. All right. So to give you a little context here, we're on Kensington Avenue, and this is pretty much the hub of this part of Kensington. You're boxed in between Old Kensington as well on one side, and Port Richmond isn't far at all either. You've got a bunch of great restaurants here. You've got a bunch of places to stop and eat. You've also got some local shops and so forth as well. Now, just down the street here, or up the street, however you're looking, is where there is a train stop right here for the L. So we're a little bit further up Kensington Avenue here, and right now we want to talk about some of the good things going on in Kensington. We got Prevention Point here. Prevention Point is a nonprofit organization that helps thousands and thousands of people on a daily basis. They don't want you standing out front or sitting too long, but I did get permission to take a quick video here. But there's not everything is bad in this area. There's actually some good going on here too. We'll actually check out some real estate here in a little bit, but I wanted to mention Prevention Point, providing harm reduction services to the Philadelphia and the surrounding area, promoting health, empowerment, and safety for the communities affected by drug use and poverty. So they've got a really cool vision here. They're working towards a world in which there will be social and economic justice. All right, so we got typical row home here in Kensington. The average price is, like I mentioned before, about $75,000, but for $55,000 to $75,000, you get yourself a nice row home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, sometimes 1.5 baths. Usually it's going to be on-street parking. Some of the roads do have parking on both sides of the street, which makes it a little easier, although there are several places that do have off-street parking. All right, Kensington fans, so top dollar here is about $129,000. So that typical row home, as I mentioned, beautifully redone, all new windows, roofs to rugs to new heaters to new hot water heaters. It's $129,000. This happens to have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. They did finish the basement in it as well. Now the street parking still comes into play here, but for $129,000, you got yourself a brand new house, or for in that $55,000 to $65,000 to $75,000 price point, you got yourself a place that probably needs some work, but not a complete disaster as they call it. All right, real estate investor fans. So you're looking to maybe invest in Kensington, or you want a really good deal on duplex, 2-unit, live in one and rent out the other. For $150,000, you got a 2-bedroom unit over top of a 1-bedroom unit. Now the 2 bedrooms rent for about $800. The 1 bedroom's in that $600 range. So for $1,400 a month, you'd be in cash flow for sure. Better than average, let's say. Plus 8% cap rate, depending on how you do the math. And check out our real estate investment video series that we've done on our channel. But this one has separate heat, separate utilities. All you got to do is get the tenants in here. It's a great spot to rent. Just across the street is some of Kensington's newest development. Check it out. So talking about Kensington's development section, they took an old warehouse and converted it into studio apartments. Now it's near 100% complete. If you wanted to check out the inside or any of the other real estate we saw today, shoot me a text or send me an email. So in addition to some of the development we just showed you at the studio apartments, there is a beer garden here on Somerset Street, and there's a 155-unit apartment building that was luxury apartments that were built as well. So 19134 Kensington does get a pretty bad name, and there's a lot of bad going on here. Not to say there's bad people, but it's pretty sad. It's pretty scary, but we can help. You can do your part to help. If you want to send donations, there's a ton of those organizations here, but it's $1 billion industry of opioids going on here in this part of the city, and worldwide I can only imagine more, but the city has it sort of boxed in here. They're not necessarily preventing it or allowing it, but they're keeping it contained. But the police do their best to help Kensington Kensington, generally speaking. All right, so I want to talk a little bit more about the good parts of Kensington. They do have a public library here. The Philadelphia library system is all free. There's some great schools in this area. Now, Philadelphia district isn't highly rated, but you got some great teachers that do care and some great staff here at the public school system. Now, you can't mention Kensington without mentioning Rocky, okay? So, of course, we love Rocky. Philadelphia loves Rocky. Part of the movie was filmed here. Now, I think the pawn shop is now a vacant lot, so I don't want to upset any Rocky fans, but it is part of Kensington as well. So violent crime here in Kensington is about 30% higher than it is in the rest of the city for some obvious reasons and maybe some not so obvious reasons as well. So if you're interested in any other vlog tours, definitely check out our video series. We've done walks of just about every neighborhood here in Philadelphia. Speaking of great information, if you're looking to see how it is like to work with us, take it from our happy clients themselves. Check out the link to the descriptions there, in the description there, to our reviews. Also, if you're looking for a great home selling guide or home buying guide, download it there in the description as well. I'm Gregory Martier, local real estate expert here in Kensington and rest of the city. Got you covered in and out of the city and the suburbs too. Hit me up anytime. Check you out on the next video. Thanks, everybody.